his army, just sort of a couple of raiders and stuff. Obviously, undead heroes just so strong on their own that you can generally do a fair bit of focusing against units, but against just a couple of heroes, the Blade Master obviously is just able to pick off a couple of units and then get healed up by the Shadow Hunter. And I imagine the Shadow Hunter is pretty low in mana. Yeah, it's being forced to use a Clarity now, and we're actually grabbing a very nice ensnare there on the Pit Lord, and Grubby's going to come in for the attack now, and I'm happy using Frost Armor. That's pretty important, and I'm passing an Invuln Pot as well, and so if the coils do run out, it will mean that he will be able just to pop that Invuln Pot and stay alive for a bit longer, and he actually passes it back to the Lich now, who then uses it immediately. And meanwhile, there's been a lot of focus on the Blade Master, down to 300 hit points, and looks like Grubby needs to be careful losing a Raider, but it looks like the ensnare worked quite well, and actually Happy didn't have the mana for a coil anyways, and Blade Master running to here. He's gonna have to sell an item, maybe I don't know, maybe the circlet or the gloves. Yeah, he sells the gloves, and buys an Invuln Pot. And meanwhile, Happy is now creeping out this camp here, and not putting the focus on the turtle. Actually not focusing at all. It's a bit careless by him. I guess he's not paying attention, because there's no point in not focusing down creeps. And there's a lot of creep camps actually left on this map still. Grubby is actually not healing up this raider. I imagine he would. By healing up I mean salving up, not using a heal wave like that. And actually maybe he doesn't have any healing salve. That's really careless by him. I wonder where his yeah, he does have a shop in his base. I'm surprised he didn't run his Blade Master back to buy some. It looks like he's running his Shadow Hunter back to buy some now, and running his Blade Master forward. And he might actually get a creep jack here. He does have no empty spots, but if he pops an Invuln Pot, that's going to allow him to steal the creep, but and pick up the item as well. He doesn't manage to do either though, and Happy gets a Bone Chimes, which is pretty nice, but because he has a couple sort of melee heroes, but I think he will probably sell that just because he isn't going for cools, and so it's quite nice that he denied it from Grubby though. I think that's the bigger point here. Meanwhile, a couple more fiends and statues coming in, and Grubby actually coming in with his army now. Blade Master in the front, obviously, at just taking a fair bit of damage and being forced, and Happy being forced to TP away because he was in a really bad position there. And a couple of destroyers now, just one destroyer actually. I thought he had more than one, maybe not. Coming out now for Happy, but Grubby is continuing to creep. Actually, he should move his Blade Master back. What's he doing? He's already at level 5. Grubby really wasting experience at this point. He should really get his Blade Master away, but I guess he really wants to pick up the items or finish that creeping a bit faster. Maybe he's a bit worried about Happy coming in for a creep jack, and so he wants to keep his Blade Master as close as possible. And meanwhile, Berserker is now out for Grubby as well, and it looks like Grubby is setting up an expansion. Not a Tiny Great Hall, interestingly. He's going for an old school expansion. Maybe he just wanted to be a bit more subtle because there were shades around, but it looks like Shade's going to scout this anyways actually, so it's still not going to be great for Happy, and we're going to have to see, will Happy react immediately, or will he wait for it to go a bit more before coming in. And Happy buying a TP, which I guess means that he's going to go for an attack, and will want to have a route out if it goes badly, or if he even manages to kill it and then needs to get out. But Grubby using a speed scroll now, obviously must have gotten a scout off on where Happy was, and so just decided to get in, and Happy using his TP instead just to get out of this bad positioning. And Grubby does manage to take down one statue, so that's a pretty nice fight for Grubby, all things considered. And this expansion will probably get up now. I can't imagine, or Happy could sort of run there, but I think Grubby's going to be trying to stay between the expansion and Happy's army, and Grubby continuing just to scout out Happy whenever possible, and he can be focused down now here, and he immediately takes 100 damage, but with the greater Invuln Pot and the +8 strength, it's really going to be very hard to focus him down. And Grubby actually moving a bit out of the way. I'm not sure why he even moved there. Did he go shopping, maybe buy an Invuln Pot? Yeah, he must have bought an Invuln Pot. And Happy will now come in and actually cancel this expansion, so a bit careless there by Grubby. I really think that he should have either gone shopping at the other place or at the other market, or just sort of stuck around just until his expansion went up, because he could have gotten some nice positioning and forced Happy to get out of there. Actually, I'm not even sure if Happy has a TP at this point. It'd be pretty understandable if he didn't want to buy another TP, because obviously they're pretty expensive. But where's the Death Knight gone? Death Knight's all the way back on shopping, and he has, I think he probably bought a TP now, because he knows that he might have to be playing aggressively again. But meanwhile, Grubby is creeping pretty pretty aggressively as well, and picking up a Warsong Battlegrounds. That's really unfortunate for him, because obviously it doesn't stack with the Kodo. And Grubby actually going for a combination of Bat Riders and Berserkers, which he once actually, I heard him specifically say don't do, but maybe he's trying to mix things up a bit. And actually with a couple idle peons here, maybe he's just gonna bring them in as soon as his army gets close. And Grubby dropping a clause of attack and forgetting to pick it up actually, or maybe he's gonna come back for it later. Maybe once he's put down this tiny great hall, he's gonna pick it up. Yeah, he passes the tiny great hall to the Shadow Hunter. It's basically a relay race at this point, and that's gonna go up. And maybe now he's gonna bring in his peons, and he just didn't want them to be scouted by the shades. But Grubby being a bit careless there. Obviously, I'm happy to go scout it with a shade anyways, because there was a shade next to both of his heroes, and so it was at one point or another it was bound to scout that there was a tiny great hall there. And Happy looks like he's gonna creep up maybe a bit more. Maybe his Death Knight, no, his Death Knight's not even really that close to level 5, so I think Happy should probably go in and try and kill this expansion sooner rather than later. And Happy exactly at 50 food now, and Grubby, I imagine, is that the same? No, it's actually pushed up to 60, sorry. So pretty sensible by him, because he just doesn't want, because this is really the point where he could lose it if he loses the expansion, so I guess he just wants to play super aggressively, and maybe Happy's going to push into upkeep now. No, maybe not. Quite low on lumber, because he's been bringing his gold around with him a bit, but I'm a bit surprised that he isn't just playing a bit more aggressively, because the longer he waits, the worse this is going to get for him. So maybe he's just hoping for some sort of miracle, because he doesn't think he can win it at this point. And one destroyer absorbing the Spirit Link on the Blade Master, so that it's going to be a bit quicker to focus him down. But the rest of Grubby's army does seem to be behind him, actually turning away now. And 2 Bat Riders out for Grubby, so we'll be able to do a fair bit of damage to these destroyers. But I think it's a bit sort of odd to go for a mixture of I sort of agree with what Grubby used to say of don't go for a mixture of destroyers and berserkers, or sorry, Bat Riders and berserkers, because it's just so if you don't want to be mixing the sort of continuous fire with the immediate fire, and if you sort of use all your Bat Riders and you manage to take them down to your opponent's air units down to very low hit points and then they just TP out, then you sort of wasted that. Whereas if you manage to if you either sort of put everything you have into Bat Riders, then you're more likely to be able to take down other units. And Beastmaster out. 3rd for Grubby. I guess this is for Hawk, maybe, just because he wants to be able to scout the shades. Yeah, he has gone for Hawk, because obviously Bear or Coolbeast wouldn't really make sense at this point. But Beastmaster 3rd is really unusual for Orc versus Undead. Actually, for anything really, Beastmaster 3rd is pretty unusual. But I'm Happy getting a bit lucky here, managing to get his shade out of the way earlier. I'm surprised really he didn't just go for a Troll Witch Doctor from his Spirit Lodge, but I guess he has the economy now to be going for a 3rd hero anyways. And Beastmaster obviously a strength hero, so it can't be focused down very quickly. And Beastmaster will probably have to pick up an Invuln pod anyways, though, just because obviously he's only level 1, so he's only at 650 hit points anyways. But now Happy looks like he's going to come out. He has 5 destroyers, and obviously lots of them are manned up as well, and I'm immediately getting some very nice focus there on the Blademaster, taking him down to 600 out of 1000 hit points. Grubby does have a couple like a greater Invuln pot and stuff, so he will probably be okay, but still actually Grubby's Hawk running around as well. But looks like Grubby's gonna try and get this fight now. Obviously Happy needs to fight now, and I'm getting a very nice Howl of Terror there, managing to catch most of the units. And the Pit Lord is taking a lot of damage, does have a Invuln pot though, and obviously the Death Knight can coil as well. And Grubby managing to use his Berserkers fairly well as well, keeping Happy distracted for long enough that he can use his Berserkers without risking them going down too quickly. And the Happy spending a lot of time running his Pit Lord around, and some pretty nice number of destroyers out. This Kodo has managed to eat a fiend, and I'm surprised that Grubby hasn't managed to take down more of these destroyers yet. I think it's been Happy's been using a lot of his coils on them, and another Bat Rider coming in now for Grubby as well. And Grubby does manage to take down one more, so there only are 3 of the original 5 left, and then the Bat Rider does detonate on them now, and takes them down to really low health. And this Beastmaster is sort of fighting as well, and at level 2 now I imagine he'll go for Bear second really, because obviously Bear much better against Fiends. And there's the GG there for Happy. So game 2 goes to Grubby, and so we have to go to a game 3 for this IEST 2009 knockout round.